Thank you for coming out. I'm going to be talking today about English language learners in the United States and their daily struggles. My name is Estrella Mendoza, and I'm pursuing a career in education, early childhood education. So this is something that's very passionate for me. And as an English language learner myself, I felt this would be a really important topic to inform about. Buenos días. Hoy estaremos hablando acerca de un tipo de estudiante que enfrenta dificultades diarias en nuestras escuelas el día de hoy. ¿Tienen alguna pregunta o algún problema? Congratulations. Now you know what it's like to be an English language learner. So English language learners, or as we call them, ELLs, are students that are growing in numbers, struggling to learn a new language while having unique problems such as poverty, lack in teacher training for their teachers, and all of these affect their language development. English language learners, or ELLs, are students whose first language is one other than English. So we do see, or at least know of, an English language learner. And according to Parker and Rex in 2008, 34% of children served by Head Start in 2006 were actually Hispanic, with an estimated quarter of the children having Spanish as their native language. Research found by Lazarus in 2006 shows that Latinos accounted for more than 8 million students in the U.S. K through 12 in public schools, or 19% of the total enrollment. That's making the second largest segment of population after whites. ELLs have and face unique struggles that require more of a student when learning a new language. One of those struggles is poverty. Poverty is a significant factor in the comprehension of the second language, as stated by Wright in 2015. Information in a longitudinal study by Hart and Risley, 2003, shows that ELLs tend to have smaller vocabulary due to their non-professional families. That would really hinder anyone trying to learn anything at all. Literacy skills, as previously stated, there's a strong sense of correlation between a family's economic status and their vocabulary, but to highlight even more, some of these families don't even speak English at all in their homes. Teacher training also contributes to a child's success, but it can also be detrimental to them if their training has not been geared to tackle these specific issues with ELLs. Vygotsky's theory acknowledges that social experiences and interactions shape the language that a child internalizes. Christie and colleagues in 2011 mentions this and shows that their primary educators in schools are expected to promote their learning. However, due to the lack in their language barriers and training, this becomes very difficult and can harm a student and their growth. So talking more about teacher training, with immigrant and seasonal workers rates going up, the population of ELLs in schools is increasing, and teachers find themselves unprepared for the rapid increase. Personally, as I mentioned before, I am an ELL, or was an ELL growing up, and I recall seeing teachers give handouts to ELLs while teaching thoroughly to the entire class. So while these ELLs had to work on a worksheet that may or may not have been something they could understand, the entire class was getting a well thought out lesson plan from their teachers. So with that being said, another thing that's a really big issue is the teacher training. We had at one point a substitute teacher, and we would go into a maintenance closet and she would go through flashcards showing us what to repeat and what that word meant. And that was pretty much the only learning that we received for English, other than whatever we could grasp throughout the day. In some cases, there are teachers who have a hard time distinguishing between the differences in an ELL student who has a hard time understanding English language versus an ELL with a learning disability. English language learners are facing unique challenges daily and continue to grow in population as their teachers feel burdened by the inability to properly communicate to their students. And that's what this speech today was about, to inform us about English language learners. Gracias por su atención y adiós, amigos.